Hello and welcome. Today we have a very special and intimate conversation planned. I'm thrilled to introduce you to an inspiring person who's been working closely with our coaching program. And she graciously agreed to share her journey, her triumphs, and even the obstacles that she faced along the way. And as her coach, I've had the privilege of witnessing her growth and her transformation. Now it's time for her story to inspire you. So please join me as we delve into her compelling journey and learn about the powerful changes that she made through the program. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. Hey, Krista, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
All right, doing great, doing great. So just to kick off here, can you just share a brief introduction of yourself and why you sought coaching services?
Yes. So my name is Krista Giles. I've been married 2 years, going on 3 years, and I hit a rough patch, very rough patch, and I was at rock bottom and had Googled Dr. Turpo because a friend of mine had used him for her marriage as well. And the funny thing is, I went onto the website, read about him, watched the video, and was able to schedule an appointment as if I was an existing client, which was crazy.
Mhm.
And needless to say, I scheduled it for the same day I found him and was able to get the appointment. And we connected that day. Um, I know I was very tearful, distraught, didn't know what to do. And that was the day he accepted me as a client. And from that moment, it was like a divine appointment.
Mhm.
And it's been some struggles, but he's helped me. He worked with my husband for a little while, and we're getting there. We're getting there. But I've definitely hit my goal. I'm not insecure as much as I was.
Mhm.
Um, I don't doubt myself anymore. I'm growing, and I'm in a place of peace finally when I had no peace.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I remember that day. I remember that day. So that was all good stuff to hear from you and how things have been going for you recently. So that's great stuff. Um, so say a little bit more. How did you feel before starting the coaching sessions? What was going on?
Uh, I had no self-worth.
Mhm.
I was very insecure,
Mhm.
very, very insecure, and struggling, and didn't know what was gonna happen. My marriage was rock bottom.
Mhm.
We were definitely heading for a divorce.
Mhm.
A lot of fights.
Mhm.
Um, it was just a dark place for me,
Yeah.
real dark. And I didn't have nobody I could talk to and trust or get any advice from.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And so how has the coaching process impacted your daily life? Can you give maybe some examples?
um, my confidence level is high.
Mhm.
Plans that I had in the past that I had given up on, I have hope for and faith in now.
Mhm.
I have always ran away from leadership because I didn't think I was good enough. And now I'm embracing it. Like, you know what? God is right and I was wrong.
Mhm.
And the coaching, I mean, like, I feel like the queen that God made me to be. And
Mhm.
I'm running behind and wanting people to give me confirmation. I have my own confirmation. And it feels good. It really feels good to be empowered again. As
Good.
I didn't have it.
Yeah. And so what did you appreciate most about our coaching sessions? And this could be about the approach, the methods, or anything else. What did you appreciate about the sessions?
I appreciate the truthfulness and the honesty of and the realness about you. It's when you talk, you talk from experience
Mhm.
versus you talk from textbooks. You know, we have those counselors that are textbook and they try textbook styles, and you actually talk from a place of where you been. You know, your book even tells it. I mean, you're very humble and in your experiences. Not only had you been through some relationship issues and overcome them to the point where you're successful in your marriage, you know, you can help us.
Mhm.
That's the thing about it. I don't want advice from somebody that ain't been through what I've been through.
Right.
It was a part in your book where you was like, you were so sick and distraught and throwing up. I mean, like, you've been through it.
Mhm.
And that's where I was at. I had no worth. I was like, nobody could ever love me. What is wrong with me? And I felt like a failure.
Mhm. Mhm.
And now it's just like, you know what? I'm not a failure.
Mhm.
You know, you just been through some hard times, and you can't put a round peg in a square box. It's not gonna fit. You can't put a triangle in a rectangle. It's not gonna fit.
Right.
And I'm finally learning. And I'm utilizing the tools you gave me.
Very good. Very good. And so, in what ways do you think you've benefited the most from coaching services?
Um, the most I benefited from it is the fact that I am who I am, and I feel free to be who I am.
Good.
And love your book. Be who you are. I'm a kid at heart. And I'm gonna always be a kid, and I get excited and I get overwhelmed, and I'm full of emotion, and I can express every last one of them.
Mhm.
And I
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. So, how would you describe my approach to coaching to someone who's considering seeking help?
your approach is awesome. It's not judgmental.
Mm.
You help people with communication that's real, and you give us all the tools for it. For instance, waiting for an appropriate time to talk to people,
Mhm.
them the space that they need, not using terms as always, those definite words, because a person doesn't always do that. It's
Mhm.
just, we look at it like that because that's what we're going through at that time.
Right.
Not
Mhm.
to project what you feel or what you've been through onto somebody else. You judge a person based off of where they're at,
Mhm.
not their past.
Mhm.
So
Good.
your approach is awesome. You don't have people picking at each other. You look at the positives.
Mhm. Right.
And I had a counselor that did that, and it just made it worse.
Mhm.
And you don't do that, and then you keep it real.
Cool. Cool. So, what advice would you give to someone who might be considering coaching services, but they may be unsure or hesitant? What advice would you give them?
It's no different than going to get your hair and nails done. You have to make an investment,
Mhm.
and you have to prioritize what's most important. Is your mental health important, or the way you look outside important?
Mhm.
And everybody needs counseling. In all honesty, we all have baggage, and
Mhm.
you want to get a counselor that's going to be approachable, that's real, been through things, that's honest and forthcoming, and you have the results.
Mhm.
That's the main. You have the results.
Mhm.
And some of these other, not to be mean or facetious or step on it, just do your research. Just like you would do your research for your hair, your nails, your shoes, your attire. Do the research and look at the facts, because you have them. You actually really have them. Dr. Trepot has good results, has good outcomes, has positive feedback from other individuals, not just me. And like I said, make an investment in yourself. And
Okay.
this is
Okay. Very good. All right. Any last words you might want to give to someone as we close up here?
it. Like I said, just do your research and look at what's valuable to you. Is it your exterior or your internal?
Mhm.
Because the internal is going to be with you for life.
Mhm.
That external, that fades away.
Mhm.
But internal health helps your external health.
Mhm.
And then that's positive and working, the rest of it'll fall in place.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a great conversation. Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate that. I mean, hearing directly from someone who's walked the path of transformation, who's put in the work and is now reaping the rewards. I mean, that truly embodies the essence of what we're talking about here and what coaching can do. And so I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to our courageous guest for opening up about her journey and shedding light on the transformative power of coaching. And it's my hope that her story has resonated with you and it maybe stirred your curiosity, maybe even inspired you to take the first step towards a healthier, happier, and stronger life. So remember, every life can benefit from guidance, like Krista was saying. It can benefit from guidance, from clarity, and growth. So if you're ready to transform your life, I invite you to reach out and explore what our coaching program can do for you. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep growing. Thank you, Krista.
Thank you. That's awesome. Oh my